Hello and welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. Joining me is a Jordaar film star who we all love for so many reasons.
Rohit Khilnani, indeed, in the flesh after 3-4 years. Huh?
Yes, after 3-4 years. Like you were saying, 2 साल तो ऐसे निकल गए.
हाँ 2 साल तो राइट ऑफ है यार.
Right
बीच में क्या हुआ पता ही नहीं चला. बहुत कुछ हुआ actually रोहित जी. I really went through quite a personal metamorphosis. Lot of internalization and I was quite affected by this whole pandemic and the lockdown and to see and witness everything that was happening around. It was a difficult time for the whole world. Now that we're opening up, I feel like, you know, it's important, all the more important to count your blessings, feel grateful and experience and cherish joy and spread that joy.
Absolutely. And nothing like sitting and doing a physical interview. I'm done with Zoom and video
Yeah.
calls. Bas ho gaya.
Yeah.
Right. And I love what you're wearing, Ranveer.
Thank you.
Everybody asks us that what is your brief to your stylist?
Okay, well, in this promotional campaign, she asked, so what is it that you'd like to wear? Would you like there to be some likeness to the film? And I said, yeah, it's a very colorful film. It's a very vibrant film. It's a very happy film. So yeah, you could do more of that.
Right.
Less monochromes and more, you know, a vibrant palette.
Right.
So yeah, as good as it gets. I'm really loving what I'm wearing today. It's like so comfortable. It's like a man kaftan.
Today and every day.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
today especially, it's so comfortable. I put my feet up. Don't mind my degree of informality.
Right. Ranveer, this is like a homecoming for you, doing a Yash Raj film. Do you, if I take you back, do you remember the first day you came to this studio?
Wow, I remember the first day I came to this studio. I first went to Ajivasan. Then I went back for when I got a call back again, I was called back to Ajivasan. Ajivasan is in Juhu only, next to SNDT. That was the old office, which then became the casting center, which is where I gave my audition and I went for my call back. Yes, I do remember the first time I came.
Right.
I do remember the first time I came here. It was to meet Habib Faisal and Anushka Sharma, who was the writer and co-actor, my co-actor in that film. It was my third or my second call back, and I was quite intimidated by this place actually. It's so, it feels so large in stature. You know, it has to do with the reputation that the company carries. The most prominent and premier production house, come studio or entertainment conglomerate, would call it what you want, since the past 35 plus years, 50 years if I'm not mistaken. So ek to that notion ki yaar Yash Raj hai. And then it's one of a kind, right? This kind of studio facility that they have in the suburbs, it can be very intimidating. I was very nervous, but I was projecting confidence, meeting Habib sir for the first time. And Habib sir has that kind of personality, you know. He says whatever he feels, he expresses himself, you know. So when I was when the reading wasn't going well, he made it very evident, and that really put me on a back foot. I was so nervous. Anushka by then was already a star. She had done Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi, and I had loved her in Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi, like loved her. And they didn't tell me that I was going to meet her, so the door opened and there she was sitting. I was like at 6s and 7s. Cut to 10 years later, the same thing happens to Divyang Thakkar, the director of Jayeshbhai Jordaar. Right. It's like the script came to them, they loved it. Manish sir said, I'm making this. He took it to Adi sir. Adi sir said, I can't wait to make this. This is a story that just has to be told. What an amazing script. And then they called me to hear it, but that night they didn't tell, in the same room, if you please, where this callback had happened, where Habib and Anushka had met for the first time in Yash Raj. Exact same room, Divyang sitting there, exact same way. They didn't tell him I was coming. So when I entered, it took him like 5 minutes to get to collect himself before he started what I will never forget. a narration like no other, and at the end of which I said, bro, I'm doing this movie. And it's never happened that I don't take a day or a week or 10 days to kind of think my decision through, because which films you say yes and no to are you know, a large part of the game.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's as they say, the filmy kidas, you know, they say you live and die by your yeses and nos.
Yes.
So I took absolutely no time to think this through. It was impulsive, instinctive, on the spot. He finished the narration. He said the end. I got up, applauded him. I had been crying and laughing throughout the past few hours. He finished. He bawled. He sobbed into my shoulder. We were in an embrace for a good 5 whole minutes, and I was like, bro, you really have something to say here, and I would be honored to be a part of this.
Amazing. You know how the tables turned. One day you walked in, there was Anushka Sharma. Today newcomers are walking in. There's Ranveer Singh.
Yeah.
How is this? How is this? You know, this journey gone by very quickly, or
it's gone by too quickly. When I realized I'm inching towards completing a decade, I could hardly believe it. I was like, oh yeah, it's been 10 years. And what a journey it's been. Every step of the way has been surreal, really. It, like the things, the experiences that I have had, the things that have happened to me and around me, I couldn't have dreamed them up.
Yeah.
It is so surreal. You know, it's like I feel like something or the other happens every day till date, which is so surreal. It makes me feel like my whole life is a dream. I'm literally a movie star. I'm doing what I love to do for a living.
Right.
People love to see me. They cast their eyes upon me. I appear in front of them, and their face lights up. They break into a smile. And what greater blessing there is than that? I can hardly believe that is the case. I don't know what it is. Maybe my amusing appearance, or perhaps how they've seen me in movies or off screen. I don't know, can't put my finger on what it is, but this happens ever so often, almost every day, where, you know, you're in the car and there's another car passing by, or you're just about anywhere. People smile when they see my face.
Yeah.
And I think that's the greatest blessing that I've ever had or earned. Like, what more can I ask for?
That says so much about you.
Yeah, that's my purpose in life. I just want to make people happy, you know, cast a light upon others, make this excruciating, agonizing journey of life a little bit lighter and bearable for people. I live to make people smile, and now they see my face and they smile. I think it's the most incredible blessing. I'm so grateful that oftentimes I'm overwhelmed by that gratitude. So the journey has been beyond my wildest imagination. Like I tell my near and dear ones, and I'll tell you as well, everybody has a vision, something they want to manifest, ki aisa hoga, vaisa hoga. You know, the stuff that's happened with me is beyond imagination. It's I could not have even imagined ki aisa hoga. So yeah, it's a trip. It's absolutely surreal, and I'm ever so often in disbelief that it's actually happening.
It's amazing. It's incredible that you also enjoy it, and I can see that. Ranveer, you know, where does this kind of energy come from? Because every time you're saying a car is passing, you're giving them a selfie, you're giving them a thumbs up. How are you positive all the time?
You know, I choose.
This is a question a lot of people must ask.
I choose to be positive. I choose to be optimistic. I choose to position myself as a channel, as a conduit, as just a catalyst for goodness, happiness, cheer, joy, because I feel like fundamentally we are up against it, you know. I feel like I've had this belief now for a long time. I've evolved into the kind of person, and I have this inclination towards spirituality and the notion that actually we are living in a Kali-yuga, and it's possibly the worst it's ever been in all of existence. I look upon me, you know, and I look around me and see what's happening in the world, ravaged by a pandemic, war. Everybody I see is fighting some battle or the other, you know. everybody is fighting a battle. You have your own battle, I have my own battle, sir has his own, ma'am has her own, everybody's fighting a battle and has difficulties, challenges. It's not bed of roses, it's not all happy for just about anyone. आप बड़े से बड़े आदमी से लेके छोटे से छोटे आदमी तक, everybody has problems, plagued by problems. It's anything but utopian, It's so I have this belief, but being well aware of the fact that this journey of life is difficult, and just existence in today's day and age is just agonizing. I feel like existence is agonizing. So what do? You know that you're on this journey not alone, you're with others. They're walking along with you on this journey of life. It's a rocky road, the sun's beating down on you. It's a difficult journey. Existence in the Kalyug in today's day and age is simply agonizing, and all the more if you have a predisposition of being empathetic and compassionate and sensitive. You feel all that pain and suffering in the world even more. So what do you do then? You know what the inevitable is. You know what the destination is. You know everybody's going to die someday. So what do? You just try and make the journey lighter, सबको पता है मुश्किल है, सबको पता है क्या होने वाला है एंड में. So you just try and keep things light. The best thing you can do is help others along the way. And how do you do that? You radiate your light upon them. You be kind. My purpose, I feel, is to entertain, to make them smile. Come, I'll tell you, like I always say, on this journey, I'll tell you a joke, I'll sing you a song, I'll do a dance for you, I'll do something that might distract you from the fact that we're on this excruciating journey together. I'll tell you a story or something. And it's this light that I'm able to now generate. I've evolved into the kind of person now. I don't need external stimulus to generate power, energy, light, goodness that I can radiate upon others. I think that is a purposeful life, when you live for others or live to make other people happy or to entertain people. I find that as a purpose in my life. How I do that is by counting my blessings. I look at my life, and all this happened during the pandemic. I was observing everything that's happening around, and I was like, man, I have a home, I have a roof over my head, I have food to eat, I have water to drink, to bathe, I have clothes to wear. I'm healthy, I've got my eyesight, I've got my body, it's totally functional. These are all blessings. We often take these little things for granted, and I don't lose sight of that. So I start every day with gratitude, and it is so empowering. It's like a generator of goodness in my heart. My drive, I'm driven by the power of gratitude.
Amazing.
And I would recommend that to everybody. If you just say thanks for all the good things in your life, and you recognize them and you become aware of them, it will fill you with gratitude, and you will become immensely powerful from that.
Beautiful. I hope people follow that. That's the secret to all this positivity.
That's the secret.
Right. What would be Jayeshbhai's advice to, it's such a beautiful topic that even now where we live, people would be like, humko beta chahiye. What would be Jayeshbhai's advice to those people?
Do you know, I was giving an interview with a lady just this morning. And she shared her story with me, and it was so touching that somebody said, hey, thank you for being a part of this film and presenting a film like this, because it's happened to me. She said, my grandmother refused to see my face or hold me when I was born. She wanted a boy, and my father had to beg her to accept me. And I learnt about it later in life, and I was so hurt by it, so saddened by it, that I made it my life's purpose to make my parents proud. And I felt like, wow, there's more relevance, more significance to this story than I had imagined. I just had this realization. So yeah, it's a film that I'm extremely proud to be a part of. Spearheading this film has been an honor, because it's so many good things about it. Fresh energies, new director, colorful, vibrant, humorous film. Yet embedded within it is a social message, an important social message, and it is a unique kind of offering in the sense that, you know, this kind of social dramedy with tragic humor, where you're speaking about really dark and disturbing themes like dowry, domestic violence, infanticide, feticide, patriarchy. Yet you are so entertained, you're just laughing the whole way through. And at some point, hopefully, you'll feel the emotion of the film and it may move you, and you will certainly receive that message, not in a preachy way, in a very entertaining way. And it is a clean family entertainer, one that the entire family can watch. And I'm really going through that phase where I want to present films to the audience where they can all sit together. You know, it's not like, oh, this movie is too violent, or this movie is too edgy, so the kids can't see it, or it's awkward to watch with your parents or with the old people at home, or it's one that you can all sit together and enjoy, because the pandemic kind of divided us in a sense, kept us away from one another. We couldn't go to the theaters, we couldn't meet, couldn't hug, couldn't touch each other. So now I want to present those cinematic experiences where people can watch together. You know, together is the key word. Watch it together and have that experience that you share with each other, and if it connects with you, then that will be a cherished memory that you all will share together. So movies that bring people together. So I'm really, really happy with this offering.
It is looking entertaining. My last question is, you know, each woman in our life, whoever has crossed path or are they always, has added something to our life. What has your mom and your wife added to Ranveer Singh?
Well, I've been very blessed. I think one of the greatest blessings in my life, perhaps the greatest blessing in my life, is that I have angels around me, you know, who protect me. It's they are the centerpiece of my whole universe. You know, the women in my life. I've grown up with my mom, Nani, my sister, who's like a second mother to me. You know, and now Deepika, my mother-in-law. These strong feminine forces around me empower me. You know, they uplift me, they protect me. They are my angels. They are my source of energy and power and joy, and I am what I am because of them. And having been raised by women, you know, and at the same time, I'll tell you this movie, having been raised by women, I grew up to be sensitive, you know, and funnily enough, through Jayeshbhai Jordaar, in spite of being really raised by women, you know, my dad was always in the pursuit of being the protector and provider, you know, and it's through Jayeshbhai Jordaar that I have a deeper appreciation, love and respect for him that I've never had before, because I'm not a father yet, but I'm playing a father. So to get to the depths of what that character might be feeling, I had to explore and go transport myself back to parts of my life, components of my life, where I would have experienced that. And I was taken back to the way my dad's been, you know, a man who would do everything in his power and capability and pour every ounce of effort and energy into being the best protector and provider for his family. It's through this cinematic experience and playing Jayesh in this most wonderful film that I have a much deeper and pronounced appreciation for everything that my father did. So yes, a very, very important and significant film for me in my career, as well as for me personally. It's been a fulfilling journey as an artist, but it's a really spurred an evolution within me at a very, very personal level as well.
Amazing. Personally, you have such beautiful women around, and professionally also, I can see your team is also has so many women doing incredible work, contributing to your professional and personal life. Thank you very much.